looking at?
Why can I see you and no one else can?
You're not a mundane.
What is a mundane?
Someone from the human world.
Well, if not a human, then what am I?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Mom, I'm coming home!
No, you can't come home. You understand me? You don't come home.
Boy, this gay goth night at Hogwarts, man.
I'm telling you, man, somewhere there's a hot topic that has no more inventory.
None.
I feel like there's like a mad scientist lab in some producer's office in Hollywood with a Dr. Frankenstein who took Twilight and formed it unnaturally with Harry Potter, and then just for good measure, a few drops of Star Wars in there.
Oh, yeah.
Dress it in Hot Topic clothes.
I made a
and
list
you
right
have
here.
this.
I came in and made sure to make a list because I don't want to miss anything. Now, here's a list right here. If you haven't seen Twilight, Percy Jackson, Beautiful Creatures, The Crow, Resident Evil, Blade, Star Wars, Your Sister's Diary full of gay porn, fantasy fiction, and yes, Harry Potter, then boy, have we got a movie for you. Because it's all right here for you.
So more likely you had to have been just born
Yeah. It's like
to really enjoy this, right?
It's like those infomercials. I feel like I should have a stack full of DVDs of movies. Like, forget all that. You get it in this one movie right here.
All in one.
Like if there was some kid who was dying and they had to make a wish to see all those movies, but there wasn't enough time, it's like, you know what? I'm just going to put this in.
And you know what? That kid's going to want to die so much sooner.
It's an abomination because you can see in its undead eyes where Harry Potter is just like, kill me, kill me. But you can't kill it because it's too strong. Because legions of teenage girls are going to lap this shit up.
Hey, man, it's got all the drama for your mama.
Go ahead, take it. Take it, man. I'm tired. I'm tired of y'all.
I know.
Tired of you teenage girls out there making pussies out of heroes, man. I mean, y'all done took vampires. Y'all done took goddamn werewolves, set up there crying and shit. And I thought, well, what we got left? Demon hunters.
Yeah.
Demon hunters. Hunter of demons.
Time to add some vagina to that, too.
No, you turn them into bitches, too. I mean, fuck.
I know, they even had to steal the opening scene from Blade, except not actually make it cool.
Yeah. They mutilated that scene.
Well, it's almost like they set it up to have blood come out of the sprinkler system, and a lawyer just came in and said, "No, you can't do that."
Yeah. And you know what? I have not heard of this. Just like Twilight, I heard about this week. You know, I don't know how this resonates with teenage girls. I don't know how big this is going to be.
They love it.
Okay. Well, I don't know how big the movie is going to be.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's one of those teen bestsellers. It's
Okay.
multiple books. Five books, I think.
Well, for the uninitiated, just real quick, this is what I got from it. And I have to tell you, I lost interest after a while, so I might be missing some stuff. But we have let me look at some names here. We have Lily Collins, who plays a girl named Clary,
and it's the daughter of the famous singer Phil Collins.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah. No, man. Phil Collins, in his lifetime, managed to marry some beautiful exotic women.
Well, when she gets
who all
home-
took him to the cleaners when he
I
got
was going to
divorced.
say, she didn't get her eyebrows from him. I don't know where those
well,
came
when
from.
Lily Collins get home, whoop her ass for making this movie. But Lily Collins plays Clary, and her mother goes missing. Her mother played by that bitch on Game of Thrones.
that bitch you in love with.
Lena
Lena Henley.
Yes, I do love. Yeah, I do love
She's
her.
played by the other Keira Knightley.
Yeah, Lena Headey, man. And when she goes missing,
Headley
no, it's
Lamar.
Headey.
Is it?
It's Headey. Yeah,
okay.
ain't no L's in there. But when her mother goes missing, and she starts writing these mysterious symbols, and then starts seeing stuff, she's like, "What's wrong with me?" It's not until this chick named Jace comes out and tells her that, hey, you know what? I'm a demon hunter, and you muggles, I'm sorry, you mundanes don't know who we are, but you have something special because you're writing all this crazy shit.
And you can see me, whereas normally I'm a ghost.
And nobody can see me, so I'm going to bring it to my secret castle in the middle of New York, and you're going to help me fight werewolves and demons and everything.
Find an ancient artifact that your mother hid and we don't know where it is.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know. Whatever.
Whatever.
And then we'll
Shit.
dance and shop after that.
We'll introduce you to character after character. They will sit you down and give you 2-3 minutes of exposition so the movie can go.
Also, we need your platonic friend to tag along so that we can have some kind of love triangle going on.
Some tension going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, our friend Simon, played by Robert Sheehan. Sheehan. I don't know.
Like, you left Misfits for this?
I'm like, I mean, really, I wouldn't probably not mind this so much if I hadn't seen everything that we had mentioned in rapid succession, so close to each other, and then this movie comes out and just pours it all in the pot, mix it together. You're going to tell me you made soup. No, this is fucking slop.
It's sad because, yeah, it is so hard. It seemed like they were struggling so hard to have their own identity, yet they've been dipping their mortal instrument in every franchise that you just can't go look at the screen and go, really? This is the best you could come up with.
The sad part is it actually starts off relatively strong at first, I thought. I'm like, okay, where are you going with this? And there's some kind of cool monster effect stuff. Like, I was like, oh man, this is a really neat take on sort of mutating creatures and
The
goopiness.
demon dog that
the
they
demon
had.
dog
Yeah,
thing
that
was badass.
interesting. Yeah.
Oh, that
No,
demon
I-
dog?
Yeah.
I actually thought most of the effects were pretty good, especially the as Thundar would say, demon dogs.
But then it just keeps making them talk and have plot. And you're like, please, go back to demon dogs.
Well, a lot of what's wrong with it is that there's too many characters and too many soap opera subplots.
Oh, my God. That point...
And so trying to juggle all that, the only way to get through it is to have random character pop up and just do exposition for a while.
Yeah.
And if that's not bad enough, they got some people in here who just can't fucking act.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Even
no.
people we know can act can't fucking act in this movie. Like Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, who we know can act. Not in here. This movie's like,
I
you
don't
know
know that
what
he
would
can
have made
act.
Harry Potter better? If Voldemort had a bunch of tattoos and was hot.
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's the
He's
thing,
just
man.
like a musketeer.
It's if it's not, as Coho said, just pretty much stealing from other franchises. They just lay the style on too thick. I mean, nobody can button their shirt up. Somebody got a Sharpie and just drew it all over these people in the name of tattoos. I mean,
You forget who's on whose team because everyone
right.
looks like
It
they've
looks the same.
they've all toured with Nine Inch Nails for the longest time.
It's like,
Even
come
in
on.
2013,
I
you're
would
like,
have killed
still-
for there to be a cult of clowns that was part of the sex. Some bright primary colors somewhere, please.
Some kind of distinction between the two. Yeah.
Well, I love the line in here. It's like, wow, you got werewolves and vampires. Well, how do you kill a zombie? You don't. Because zombies aren't real. And it's like, bitch, please.
Yeah.
Everything else goes, oh, suddenly I'm the asshole because I'm asking for zombies.
They're not real, dumbass.
and you know, okay, so it was just rushing too fast for me because you're not giving time to get into the characters. You're not giving you're not giving enough time to really get into the story. And you're right. I don't think that the actors are bad. The dialogue, again, as we've seen in so many things that they have to say, makes it bad for them. I mean, nobody can say this stuff without overacting.
It's a demon bite.
Larry,
Chase, do something.
this is the part when you start tearing off pieces of shirt to bind my wounds.
If you wanted me to take my clothes off, you should have just asked.
This is fan fiction, by the way. This is where this came from. I did not know this until I just read this 10 minutes ago. This is fan fiction from a woman named Cassandra Clare. Her real name is Judith Rummelt.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Because Claire, that's the name of the main character, is Clary, which is like she's writing about herself.
Yeah, she's writing about herself, and I can guarantee you, this fan fiction was about what's that fucking blonde kid in Harry Potter?
Malfoy.
It was probably some fan fiction about how she wanted to see Malfoy fuck Harry or something. But I'm gonna ask you something there, Cyrus. What do you think this woman's like? Just describe her.
Describe her. She's probably a not quite middle-aged, overweight housewife.
Yes, she's 40, slightly overweight. Probably got about 5 cats at home.
I thought you ate a Joker fish for a
I
second.
know,
there.
right?
No, see, not so hard to guess, right?
No, not really.
She's a real desperate housewife.
Tell me it's fan fiction. Yeah, probably in initial form was a mashup of a bunch of stuff,
Right.
and somebody went, this ain't bad. Did you write this into an actual book? Just change the names a little bit. The funny thing is, this film, as big a mess as it is, it didn't totally lose me till there's a point about halfway through when all the little scenes of the here and there, they're like, he likes her, she likes him, he likes him moments turn into like 20 minutes straight of that shit. You're like, here's where we have to show that this is a lot like Twilight. And the film stops dead.
It does.
To be able to like detail this little romances and who's mad at who and who secretly likes who gives a fuck. Seriously, the whole rest of the movie is nothing but people throwing magic spells at each other and sword fights and shit. Badly filmed magic spells throwing at each other and sword fights, but nonetheless, at least dumb shit is happening. Then the movie that you really, I don't even know. I'm out.
That love triangle, though, that really, I mean,
quadrangle.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's right.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, they throw in a interesting story element that is pretty bold on their part to throw in like a tween type storyline. Yet they drop it immediately. I think, and I hope you guys know what I'm talking about.
Oh, of course.
It's the relationship between two guys apparently.
Well, you know, the movie is admirable for that because they put it out there.
Dude,
guys
it's based on fan fiction.
Of course, that's what I'm talking
there
about.
were two dudes who like each other.
Guys like each other. The movie's not afraid to put it out there. This is a mainstream film. I admire it for that. That's cool. But the movie lost me the moment that they actually went to a vampire's castle and was saved by werewolves. I was like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man.
And all that's completely unnecessary to the plot. Like all that can be taken out, and it doesn't change a thing that's going
Well,
on.
it felt like that love triangle, which I'm sorry, but CW was blushing during that entire scene. Where wow, this really does feel forced and contrived, and this is something that really I don't think is all that essential to the plot right now. Plus, it did reveal like the demons were revealed to this chick. It revealed to the audience how much these guys were fucking just bitches and a half, crying at the most insane. Like I was like, all this stuff happened in like about 2 minutes.
You're right.
And
I'm with
it's
you on
like,
that, man.
It is the end of the fucking world for all these characters.
It did totally turn into like that's when it hit its apex of being teen romance.
Yeah.
To where on a dime somebody's like, well then, fine. What? Oh, you doing this? How dare you?
Why don't you just go fuck him already? All right.
Aren't you in fights with supernatural entities like every day for your life since you were like a kid? But now this is gonna ruin your day.
Yeah, but at the same time, like when it does that stuff, it's like, okay, look, that's not for me. But that's sort of what this is all about. That's when it's catering to the audience it's meant for. And I'm like,
hate that shit.
Well, but at the same time, I go like, okay, it'd be great if it was universal, but I understand this is what it's for. But then when it comes back to doing like the supernatural and the fighting stuff, it's like, okay, this is actually where it's the weakest. This is where it's trying to do something that it's just not prepared for, and it's not melding these things together well at all.
Because it's moving at breakneck speed. I mean, that was the other thing. I really wanted to get a sense of this world because it seemed like there were tidbits of interesting things about it. I just wish the movie would slow down every once in a while, and that's crazy coming from me because after watching it, I'm like, please, I cannot wait till my favorite part, the credits. But I mean, I was like, you got a lot of things to work with in this world, yet you're not exploring it. You're not letting the audience explore it. It seemed like there's a lot of lost potential to make this more than what it could be.
There's an okay mythology in the background of this, definitely. It's very White Wolf, World of Darkness in a lot of ways, but you're like, I want to know more about the mythology, not about like the characters bickering with each other.
See, that's you thought Twilight couldn't be. I'm not defending Twilight, but you thought Twilight could not be beat in its pussification. But you see, Cole, you got it right, because you just got me thinking about this. Now I'm gonna tell you about a scene in this movie, and this is for all you guys out there, because apparently you girls just don't understand, even though this is shit that you do. You expect guys to do this shit too. We don't do this shit that I'm about to explain.
We watch
right
Fast and the Furious movies, where the shit is just as crazy on the opposite end.
So the girl, the shit we watch is crazy too. But ain't nobody crying and shit, all right? No, maybe Fast and Furious 2.
They're just jumping across freeways.
Now,
Leon makes a strong point.
Feel free to talk about us, but I'll tell you what, we ain't doing no shit like this. Now, you got Lily Collins, Jamie Campbell Bower, the guy who plays Jace, in this the Lily Collins' best friend, Simon. And Jason and Clary, which is Lily Collins' character, they're about to kiss. He just got through killing some demons and shit. She's like, oh, this motherfucker's badass, sex as hell. Let me make out with him. They're about to kiss, and then who comes from the door? Simon. And Simon's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Now, the badass demon hunter, you think that he would be a man and say, look, boy, go back in the room, let us finish this shit. I just got through killing demons. But no, you know. I know. He starts to do this shit. He looks at her and says, was he in here the whole time? Well, you didn't tell me I had another man in here.
It's like, wait a minute.
I know, and this is coming from a guy.
That was hilarious. Because it came out of it was like that was not the reaction I expected
Well, were you
at all.
Especially from a demon killer.
Were you watching the same movie that he was just in? You're like, dude, you saw him. He was healing in the room.
He was killing demons. If he was a demon, he would have said, boy, I will whoop your ass right now if you don't get your ass back here in this room. Let me fuck this girl.
I'm going to stick you right after I stick her. All right?
Yeah, I'll go both ways now, so you have your turn in a minute.
It's a crazy world we're living in, bro.
Yo, CB, go back to C.
Well, that's what I was laughing about in the scene where they right before they kiss, they were about to kiss and they don't, because this crow, cock blocky the crow shows up going, And they're like,
That's how much of a pussy this man is. He can't even look at a crow and be like, hey, get out of here. He's not like, oh, crow's watching.
I
I can't do
know, man,
anything.
even in your worst days, Corey, even you were never that bad of a cock.
I would not. Shit. Goddamn people could have been watching. If I'm about to fuck, I'm gonna fuck. I ain't gonna be able to sit up there, oh, well, there's a crow watching us. I can't do anything.
That crow's about to have one hell of a show.
Even worse, she's coming back in. It's like, this shit going down. He's like, whatever. I'm just probably coming in here to like make out with some other guy or something. You're like, will you stop? Oh my god!
And then Reese Myers crashes and goes, kill everyone.
I'm fucking everybody.
I'm the bad guy. Look at me.
Jonathan Reese Myers, when he finally shows up, is like, I didn't know I was in this film, did you?
Things are about to get even crazier.
well, it seemed like he was in a completely different movie. And did anybody else have a hard time figuring out what his motivation was
Yes.
to begin with?
Yes.
So I'm like, everybody's fighting over this cup. I'm like, I don't remember what he's supposed to do when he gets this cup.
I don't get it either. Yeah.
They're like something nefarious.
Here, drink out this cup. No, drink out this cup. Put these glasses on. Drink out this cup.
Man, you were so right about that. There's a scene where somebody's supposed to drink from a cup because that's going to make some big shit happen. I don't know what the fuck they were supposed to do.
Okay, now, the best I can tell to some level is that they're trying to make him like a Hitler type level, like Voldemort, like the level where like, okay, there's too many mundanes, there's too many people who aren't purebloods, whatever, because they insinuate that it is a master race type thing going on, but that's about as much as they ever do.
What I was been able to ascertain from the books is that he wants to create a race of super demon hunters.
It's something like
Well, guess what?
But
They
his daughter-
failed. They
yeah,
failed miserably.
yeah,
because that cup didn't mean two shits to me. I was like, you might as well replace that with a red Solo cup because I've seen people fight for that cup at a party. That would make more sense than what you're throwing at me right now.
The main girl and him and the blonde Jace chick fighting. It was like 3 chicks, 1 cup because it was full of shit.
Man, that would have been a far better movie. I'd pay to see that.
Yeah, listen, there was some cool stuff going on near the end of the movie. I mean, I'm not going to say it's totally devoid of anything cool at all. There was some special effects happening.
Yeah,
I just wish I could have seen it because there's a lot of fight scenes
that are poorly filmed.
It's where the camera's all over the place. Everyone's wearing black, so that's not going to help you try to discern who's who during the fight scenes. But I mean, those moments that we've seen in Blade and even some stuff in Underworld, it's another wasted opportunity to like, oh wow. We're going to see some werewolves fight some vampires. Maybe they can do something cool, something that the Underworld movies haven't done. Nope. Not at all.
Well, also, it seems to be, once again, these movies, they're inconsistent about how hard things are to kill. Like, 1 minute, they pick up swords and they can just kill vampires and demons like it ain't nothing. And the next, the demons are kicking their ass. I'm like, man, you guys are some shitty demon hunters. Instead of all this pouting and having love triangles, you need to go practice.
Before we go, I got to ask y'all something. Did y'all notice that there was a scene when they made a big deal about calling a bunch of werewolves and they didn't do shit?
No.
They got their asses eaten.
The cast of Son of Anarchy.
They do all show up like, man, we got your back. Oh, there's demons? I got to go.
I noticed, they walked in the room, they were all like, yeah, we got this.
Those guys became Puss in Boots.
They were screaming just like that.
They were. They needed something to keep the demons busy to get killed so they can make their escape. It's like, just throw a bunch of werewolves at them.
Shit. You know what? I'm going to give my rating right now. Like I said, it's not the worst thing I've seen. I like to be fair. But God damn it, that's why we got all these fucking hipsters around here wearing these tight-ass blue jean shorts all up in their ass and everything. Got these teenage girls making pussies out of you. That's what's happening. Don't you let this shit... Well, when was... This, I remember when man used to be man. I remember werewolves used to be werewolves. I remember vampires used to be vampires. None of this old crying shit.
All I have to say to that is memories.
Corey, do you want a shotgun filled with rock salt to get all these kids out your front yard?
I was going to say, man, if you remember back when werewolves were werewolves and men were men, then you old. It's been a long-ass time.
I remember when Frankenstein and Dracula were selling cereal. Those guys are way tougher than this.
And they're way tougher. tougher?
Yeah.
Is Count Chocolate not way tougher than any fucking vampire we got today?
No, he is the toughest.
I mean, you
and
know,
the roughest.
Exactly.
Go back to the
I would describe that like his cereal, tough
Shit.
and rough.
Boo Berry will beat every motherfucker's ass in this movie right here.
I know, Boo Berry.
Fuck you. You ain't getting my fucking nuts. I'm keeping this shit. I'm a real man.
Boo Berry's
Fuck
too
this
busy
movie.
getting high.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, smoking weed. He's still cool. Still, even if he's high, he whoop their ass. Ain't taking my fucking manhood. This is a low rental for me. This
There
shit
is
is
no film that Corey can't find an angle to talk about cereal.
Hey, fuck it.
Man, Iron Man. Boy, that shit was sweet as frosted
I know.
flakes.
You're making me hungry right now.
I love cereal, man.
I know you do, my brother. I know you do. You got like 8 boxes of
Yeah, you like Black Jerry Seinfeld.
That's a whole other scary movie within itself, right there.
Make a movie about that shit.
Well, I don't have quite the vitriol that you do. I recognize I saw a bad movie. The thing about this
You
is,
ain't no man then.
Don't be like that.
yeah, like you get a movie like Harry Potter, and there's so much that they develop those characters so well that you're willing to follow them anywhere. You get the Hunger Games movie, and it's like, well, that they kind of dropped the ball on the characters like they should have done, but the story itself is compelling to keep you in there. This manages to have neither one of those things. It's too much going on for too long and too many characters and too much of a soap opera. At the same time, I know, like, you know, it's got a book it's got to follow and an audience that comes with that. It's trying to make money off of it. I just didn't get mad. I was just like, okay, this stuff happening. I'm just not emotionally invested in it, except for the parts that I'm laughing at. And it's still better than Twilight. Just give it a regular rental.
See, this is why we get this shit, because you don't man up about it.
Because I give it a rental?
Low rental, man. Be a man. Come on. Be like
I'm waiting for a commenter to go, I think Leon's working with the studio. I think he's a studio plant. How much you get paid for this? Come on, man.
Hey, Leon, are you getting a paycheck to give it a rental? Because I'll take one. I'm just saying, yeah, this film's a hot mess, no question about it. I mean,
It's a hot topic, man.
It's a hot topic mess. It is. It's a wreck, and yet it's one of those things that, like, it's like the perfect example of a car accident, like, that you slow down to watch because you're like, that actually pays off, or you see it, but you're like, oh man, I can't believe I saw that shit. I was entertained by how terrible this was. There's that point where, except for the Twilight part in the middle, which is only about 20 minutes, but once that's over, it goes back into just glorious, terrible, terrible writing and acting and filmmaking. There was a point that every 2 minutes I was laughing out loud at some bad decision they made, at jokes they would tell that was so poorly written it took the audience a second to realize they just said a joke. It's just. I could hardly wait for our local movie mockers to do this. I'm just already writing.
Can't you see that? You're right.
Totally,
It's already gonna
writing down
happen.
lines.
It's so going to happen. Yeah.
You know, on that level, like I said, enjoying it just on that level, I give it a rental.
Wow.
Okay, be a real man, co-host.
Well, you know what? I need to eat too, and not cereal. I'm going to take that rental check. Yeah, I'm going to go with it. No, I mean, just, you know, like I said, it's one of those missed opportunities where, regardless, you know, I don't know how faithful they were to the source material or not, but I could see there's plenty of enough crazy shit for them to make something really cool, and they just dropped the ball on it. So, yeah, it's a stupid ass rental. Yeah.
Not low rental?
Okay. Yeah, well, how much is each check? Let me know.
They'll cut it in half if you say low rental.
You got to hit at least rental. You don't get anything.
Y'all should get a check, because you're acting like a bunch of hoes right now. I can't believe this. Be a man.
Bitches got to get paid.
Hey, Corey, just leave the money on the
Yeah,
table.
shut up, Smurfs, too.
By the way, how much you get paid?
Are you going to go back and edit your rating?
I'll give it a rental. Ching ching.
The world is ours to take. This is about more than us.
Humanity is on the very brink of extinction.
Jace thinks he needs to save the world,
There's too many of them.
but you don't need to encourage him to do it.
Have a little faith. You have an incredible gift, and we need you. I need you.
The werewolves are here to save us. I never thought I'd say that.